Hello, let's do Wordle number 939, and for the leap year theme, Pun Animal suggested extra night because not only do you have an extra day on the leap year, but you also have an extra night. Since I did get one person with feedback that they like the longer videos, I'm going to see if I can do a little bit of a little spiel at the start before we do the Wordle. You can always skip it if you don't. If you just want to watch the solve, I'm sure you would skip it anyway. But in terms of leap years, there's a couple things that come to mind. One is that it's actually the reason we have leap years, in case you're not aware, is that the year is the time it takes the Earth to go around the sun, and there's no reason that needs to align with the Earth rotating on its axis, which is a day. So a full rotation on the axis is 24 hours, but that doesn't mean that going around the sun needs to be at all in sync with the Earth rotating. And so the Earth rotating, it actually takes 365.24-ish days to go around the sun. So we sort of approximate that by adding a day every 4 years in order to stay in line so that the seasons don't drift. But interestingly, I think it's every 100 years on the 29th, every 100 years we do not have a leap year. But then within that, every 400 years, we do have a leap year. So what's interesting is the year 2000, because it was divisible by 400, we actually did have a leap year. But coming up in 2100, if we all live to see that day, hopefully we live to see that day. That would be nice to extend our lifespans. But anyway, in 2100, there will not be a leap year if we are still using the same calendar. And speaking of calendars, that goes to my second point. Why are the months different lengths? At least in the calendar that we use here in the West. And so there's a proposal that I think Scott Strosolves is also very much in favor of. And it's never going to happen, but still, wouldn't it be nice to have every month be 4 weeks long? And then we would have 13 months in the year instead of 12. We could just name them the month number, right? So we could have months 1 through 13, and then that almost works. That's 364 days. And so you would add a day, you would make New Year's Day not in a month at all. It would be a special day that's not in a month, and you'd celebrate New Year's that way. And then on leap years, you would also have a second New Year's Day that was not part of a month. So anyway, I thought that I'd rant about that for a bit. Maybe this should be called Ranks Grants and then eventually solves a Wordle. But yeah, so let's do extra and night. And if you want to see more of me just playing word games, maybe the YouTube algorithm has not made you aware that every day I also post a daily games video. And in the daily games video, I spend half an hour to sometimes up to an hour just straight up playing word games all in a row. A bunch of Wordle-like games, sometimes some other interesting ones. So yeah, check that out if you haven't. And they're completely uncut too. So you get raw ranks there. Let's see, GIN, what are we, I guess it's an ing word. Something like doing. Let's try doing and see what happens. Wow, okay. Well, so this would have been a very short video if I didn't put a ranks grants section at the start and then some self-promotion after that. But yeah, there we go. We are doing an extra night next month on the 29th. We will have an extra night. So there you go. Happy leap year, everybody. And let's spin the wheel of themes to see what Ranks is going to rant about tomorrow. Finally, badminton. Is it pronounced badminton? Like, is the N silent, or am I just not hearing the N when people say it? But anyway, 2 words related to badminton in some way, suggested by Hunting Spirits, and this has been on the wheel for a very long time. So finally, Hunting Spirits gets to suggest a new theme. And of course, if you enjoyed this, then why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.